Good morning. Oop, stay with it. Good morning. Girl, I still don't feel great. But I'm here. I did not watch Love and Hip Hop last night. I went to check on my great-grandparents. And then I took a nap over the day house because I wasn't feeling good. So I did not get home in time last night to watch the show. By the time I got home, got my shower, got situated, it was time for Queen's Court. And then I sat there for 30 minutes waiting on the girls to come on. Like, just sitting there, refreshing my feed, on Twitter, talking with the girls about, like, when are they going to be on? I even tweeted and said, is it on? No, it's not. Like, where were they? It took them a minute. But they came around, and I took my notes. I am going to say it was not what I expected. It wasn't what I expected. They got a new set. They are doing a court theme these days for the court. Oh, I forgot to mention, hey, I'm Kay. I'm y'all stenographer for Queen's Court. Ooh, I don't feel good. I'm agitated. I'm agitated on this day. But we're going to press on. So, yeah, they did not go in like I expected them to. They actually went hard on Sandra Rose than they did on Escape. But it reminded me that, girl, everybody out here taking this so seriously, and it's just no need. It really, like, because when I posted that video about, let me see, Kaya and T.S. Madison, you know, quote unquote being kicked out of Escape. First of all, I ain't even know. I was just talking. I was sleepy. It was New Year's morning by that time, and I was just talking to my audience. It turned into an 11,000 viewed video, and I don't know. But second of all, everybody was going so hard under that video, like in the comments and all of that. And I'm like, well, dog, this gonna be, you know, a hell of a Queen's Court. Turn on the Queen's Court, and it's almost the same Queen's Court it was before. Like, they did not go hard at all, in my opinion. They didn't drag them folks hardly at all. They dragged them about the same amount they've been dragging them. So, but anyway, girl, so they started off by bringing themselves to the stand. They brought themselves. Madison even called her birth name out. You know, she called out Kaya's full discography of names. And it was a cute little moment. You know, Kaya said she'd been to jail a bunch of times. We all know Madison had been put away for a little while. Not put away, but she's been arrested a couple times, you know, in the day and all of that. So it was funny. It was real cute. And honestly, all they did as far as that was they called the little Stewart's boy a handmaiden. They quote unquote released Candy's footage, her vagina footage. There's a footage of a muffler with an artificial vagina on it. They released that footage again because we had seen them do that before. Then they quote unquote brought Candy to the stand and dug up a little keychain of it was like a little voodoo keychain or whatever. And they said that was Candy. They talked to her for a little while and they cut off her vagina. You know, it wasn't. They didn't do too much. Honestly, it was just a bunch of stunts and shows, which is okay. It was a show, so do shows, do stunts on your show. It's fine. As far as Tiny, now I didn't get why they were going in on Tiny in particular. Because with all the story. Now, let me take a moment to say, when I said it was Candy, every single living Candy stand popped out of nowhere. I've never met a Candy stand in my life, but all the girls gathered to say Candy would never, Candy couldn't possibly, da. But then the queens themselves said it was Candy. So, and when I said it, I had read it. So all of this coming for, you know, and hollering and all of that y'all was doing, it's, first of all, it's the internet. Like, don't take these things so seriously. Second of all, girl, Candy is slick. Candy's been known to be slick, but we're not going to talk too much about it. Because I'm supposed to be reviewing the Queen's Court. I'm not going to go into my feelings. But we know that Candy has the capabilities to, she loves to get her crew to do, you know, little slick stuff. So, but she'll never be seen doing that stuff. You know, it'll always be Don Juan and Carmen and the girls doing her dirty work, quote unquote, without her permission, and her mom and them without her permission. Okay, without her permission. But anyway, back to this. So as far as Tiny, they told T.I. to curb his dog and called her a pit bull. That's not nice. It's not nice. I don't know what exactly Tiny had to do with it because they never really explained Tiny's portion of it. But that's not my business. None of this truly is my business, but here I am. And then they went on to say that T.I. walked smooth into Tamar's dressing room with her mama and her sisters and them in there and her child and cussed her out. Now that I don't like, because T.I., you may have felt a way. I don't know why T.I. would feel a way about Tamar bringing somebody who Toya don't like to the show. Like, I don't get it, but apparently T.I. walked smooth into the dressing room and cussed Tamar, her mama, and her sisters and them out. And with that, Madison was talking about how he twisted up in that room and she was looking at his booty and carrying on. And it was real funny. My notes. Come on back. He called what am I talking about? Where am I going? My train of thought simply dissipated. Yeah. She pulled out a Snicker. Kaya pulled out a Snicker and said that was T.I., a little mini Snicker, 100 calories. And Madison ate the Snicker. So that was T.I.'s punishment. Candy got reburied after her vagina got, removed, and they said that we need to lock Tiny away. But in all of that, Miss Mary came out and she spoke and she told her truth and what was going on. And basically she just said what I thought she was going to say. And I was hoping they would bring Miss Mary on because I saw that she was there as well. And we know Miss Mary is just the sweetest. She's not going to go out and do too much, I am tardy for the party. But I hate this truck right here. They put a truck just on the street where you can't see if the car's coming or not. Who has time? But yeah, Miss Mary got up there and she don't know none of these people. She was like, so I was up there and somebody, this big guy came up and said, "Are you mama?" It was apparently Vince. And said, "We're going to get it taken care of," and all of that. So apparently Vince got them, a ride home and all of that, blah, blah, blah. But she didn't get to meet, too many of the folks or whatever. I wasn't able to see how they got separated, how Kaya and Madison were in one place and Miss Mary was in another place, but again, whatever. I was not there. And then they proceeded to say the thing that blessed me the most in the whole production. The thing that blessed me the most is that they said, because they talked about how they were just real cool with Tamar, they said you could still read and be on someone's team. Yeah, you could do that. You can certainly do that, because somebody really tried to come down for me about Kimberelle and how I don't like her. I don't like Kimberelle, but when she releases new music, I'm going to buy it. And I said that in the video. They love to come for me. And I'm like, girl, I can drag her if I want to. I've met her. Stanley Steeman Niecy, you're going to have to hold on. Right. I could drag her if I want to and still purchase her music. Why are you so invested? So, I mean, it's Kaya and Tamar have dragged each other, read each other, blah, 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 and they still cool. Now, I still feel like Tamar is trying to be cool with them so she won't get dragged publicly any longer. But whatever. That's their business. So that was that as far as the escape thing. They really did not do too much. I was going to see if they was going to go in on the Taco and the other one. But they didn't. They just went in on Candy and Tiny. So, but the funniest thing they said about it is they called them extinct and then they called them exkeet. And that took me out. That took my whole soul and just dropped it from where it was. But anyway, they went in on that, and then they proceeded to go on to other topics on the docket. They talked about Cardi B. They said that they basically are turning her over to a reprobate mind because, girl, she does not care. And that's how I feel at this point. Like, I can't keep trying to save you, Cardens. I can't. Like, girl, I've tried to talk to you. I've tried to counsel you. We've tried to really work this thing out, and Cardi does not want to work it out. So that's her business. Next, they went in on Kimberelle and her expensive boots and carrying on. I've already done this. So I'm not going to talk about my feelings because y'all can just go back and watch the video. But they sentenced her to the firing squad, and I do not disagree. But I'm still listening to her music. So somebody named Raymond Taylor is allegedly going with Trina. He's 21 years old, and Trina is allegedly older than his father. And, according to the Queens, he looked a little sweet. All of that was discussed. Then they went in on Love and Hip Hop Miami. They said it's trash. Again, I didn't watch the last episode, but I'm going to watch it. They gave Bobby Light a little advice as far as don't let Mona Scott use you up. And I agree. I think Love and Hip Hop should be for people that we already know, that have already put out work. Because if you're new and you're going into Love and Hip Hop, like, a lot of times the show can turn us off from you. Now, again, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop that much. I am just now getting into watching it regularly. But I've been watching reviewers, okay? I've been watching reviewers for a long time review the show, and they are so easily turned off by the behaviors of the people on Love and Hip Hop. And it's a lot of the times people that you ain't never heard of until Love and Hip Hop. So it's, all of that. And of course, Kaya went in on Trina and, her lesions and her hot dog neck. I can't say too much because I got a little hot dog neck myself. So I'm gonna keep my mouth real hushed on people's necks and things. That's why when Basketball Wives was on, I couldn't give Jackie Christie too much about that neck because I feel that that's my fate as well. They didn't really discuss Bobby Valentino, but they said get your house in order. Apparently, Bobby Valentino was caught again. I feel like if you caught twice, you're not caught no more. I feel like after you've been caught the first time, once you get caught the second time, it's not even called being caught no more. You just seen. You are just, it's known now. And again, I don't get what the big deal is. Is Bobby Valentino even really still working? Is he still putting out things? Because I can't see him. Well, first of all, I don't understand why dating somebody that's transgender would ruin a reputation anyway. But I guess I can kind of see it in the vein of the music industry and men and, their super masculinity and blah, blah, blah. But Bobby Valentino don't hardly do nothing, does he? So what reputation are you trying to save? I don't get it. But whatever, girl. Just date who you like. I don't understand. But whatever. They made a couple jokes about Charlamagne and Joe Budden. Honestly, Charlamagne and Joe Budden are just the other Queen's Court. They are just simply the other Queen's Court. Then they went in on Sandra Rose, and they went in on Sandra Rose harder than they went in on anybody else on the full show, the duration of the show. I can't even tell you what all they said about her. They said, she was slandering. Apparently she wrote a piece about T.S. Madison wanting to fight women or whatever. If you pay attention to T.S. Madison at all, T.S. Madison is so sweet. Both of those, Kaya and T.S., you have to be able to look past the online internet personas and look into, T.S. Madison is sweet. Her mother is sweet. Kaya is sweet. And I know this because I am able to look past stunts and shows. You got to be able, maybe it's my growing up in the church, because the church is full of stunts and shows. But you have to be able to see past the stunt and past the show and into people's actual, demeanor. And it maybe, again, it's because I've been following these people for well longer than the Queen's Court has been a thing. But I know T.S. Madison is not going out here trying to fight just too many people. She's not. She talks and she said, it's the standard. If you come for me, then, I'll have to show you this, that, and the other. But girl, when she's out, she's just doing her thing. There's no reason for all the foolery, the hateration, and the holleration and the dancery. Let's see. They discussed. Let me make sure I'm in my lane here. I done pulled up at work. I'm trying to make sure I'm in my spot. They discussed K. Michelle. They said the same things they've been saying about K. Michelle. They really didn't do too much as far as her. I still don't understand because K. Michelle was talking on a live video about how Kaya couldn't fly to Chick-fil-A. Who flies to Chick-fil-A on the corner? How she probably rollerblades down. Well, that's, people who don't have extra large behinds are able to rollerblade. No disrespect to Kay, because I enjoy her a couple times. A couple songs I have of hers I enjoy. But girl, you was really talking sideways and crazy. But anyway, they put a monkey head, like a monkey mask, on a bus, and then they called that K. Michelle. And they talked to her for a good long while, and it tickled me, and I hollered. Anyway, let me run into work, and I'm gonna come back and finish this in a little bit. I'm back. Forgive me in advance. My head has started hurting worse, so it may be all downhill from here. But I will continue on. Picking up where I left off, we're going into Wiz Khalifa. They brought him up on child endangerment charges for having on those little bitty shorts. Those shorts, honestly, were shorter than Sebastian's shorts. And Sebastian is 3-4 years old. Wiz Khalifa had on the daisiest of dukes. They were so short. Those were shorts that I wear around the house. Those were casual, Kayla booty shorts. But he had them on and he was out and it looked like they might have been going, to the gym or maybe to play or something. And so Kaya brought him up on child endangerment charges. I didn't really see the child endangerment. I just thought that it was a poor fashion choice. Keisha Cole. They gave Keisha Cole 3 months to pay that money to that young lady whom she whooped down at Birdman's establishment. I still don't get it. I don't understand the Birdman appeal, the situation, any of that. I feel like my hair looks uneven. But anyway, I don't get any of the Birdman-ness. I just don't understand. But they have given her 3 months to pay that money. Angela, woman of God, Simmons, basically, you know, she's a quote-unquote single mother now. I agree with Kaya that if you are wealthy, not you may not, but it is not the same. I was going to say you may not call yourself a single mother, but it's just simply not the same if you are wealthy. When I was a child, being raised by a single mother, my aunt, God, I hate to call her that, but she's married to my uncle. And I really don't care to call him that either, but this is just, they're just related to me, and it's unfortunate. But they, my uncle was always working, or he's still always working, but he was working a lot back in those days. And she also was working a large amount of the time, but whatever. And she told me one day, she confided in me. Now, mind you, I'm like 6 or 7 years old. She said that I had to be like 8 because the baby was here. The baby didn't get here till I was 7. So, but anyway, the point being, and we call her the baby, and she's like, I think she just turned 16, something like that. Well, obviously she just turned 16 if I was 7. Who cares? Anyway, yeah. So she confided in me. She leaned over to me and said, you know, with my husband being gone so often and so regularly, I feel like a single mom. And little 8-year-old me, I guess I was 8. Turned to her and said, you have a husband. You have a 2-income household. I didn't say 2-income household, but I was just like, you have a husband. Both of y'all have jobs. You live in rent-free at your mom and daddy's house. Where's the single motherhoodness coming in? I didn't say the rent-free because, you know, child's place, but I was just like, but you have all these things that don't make you a single mother. How do you feel like a single mother? I asked her that, and she could not give me an answer, and we've never spoke of it since. Angela Simmons, niece, come sit on Auntie's couch and let me school you. You have wealth. Not only your father's wealth, but pastries made a lot of money as well. I know all my cousins had pastries. My mama wasn't gonna buy me no donut flavored shoe, but all my cousins and them, they had baby fat, they had pastries, they had fat farm. My cousins were hip. I was giving Faded Glory fashions, and I'm still giving Faded Glory fashions today, because me and my mother on the same page as far as, girl, we're not going to just break the bank to look, you know, decent and in order. We're not trying to be out here stunting on nobody. We're just trying to be decent and in order. So anyway, my point is, Angela, niece, you have a lot of money. Even if you don't have a lot of money, you have more money than the average single mother. Just the mere fact that you are on TV seasonally, every time your show come on, you're on TV, that is a check that a lot of people do not have. And so I agree with Kaya when she said, girl, a single mother is not what we're going to call you, a mother without a husband or something. But single mother, we're not going to be able to do, because you don't have all of the single mother statistics that you can look up. The only one you probably meet, the only criteria you probably meet is that you are not married, that you do not have a husband, and that you are not currently in a relationship with your baby daddy. That's it, niece. I can't give you too much more. Anyway, girls, so then they move on to Chris Brown and Kevin McCall. Chris Brown and Kevin McCall are two girls that I just simply do not talk about ever. I asked on Facebook, did the girls think Kevin McCall was cute? Because I'm having trouble figuring out whether because some angles I'm like, oh, okay, wait, he might be fine. And then other angles I'm like, well, it's up for debate. It's questionable. And then other angles I'm like, he's just not fine. He's just simply not. And so I asked Facebook if they thought he was fine, and didn't nobody answer me. So I'm taking that to mean that he ain't fine. Chris Brown, he used to be cute. I never thought Chris Brown was fine. Chris Brown never gave me sexy. Chris Brown always gave me, oh, look at him, precious. Got the, the old slanted tooth and the chubby cheeks and the yo. And I was just like, oh, even, because I'm younger than Chris Brown, obviously. But when his debut album came out and the girls were all in love, I was in love with the music. I was not necessarily in love with Chris himself. I was already betrothed to Bow Wow. Unfortunately, that did not work either. I was married at one point. I was a polygamist. I was married to Bow Wow, Romeo, and Jesse McCartney at the same time, but Chris Brown never came into the fold. Said all that to say Chris Brown and Kevin McCall are two niggas that I just simply I don't bring them up. They don't come up. They don't need to be up. But apparently they're in a fight. They made some alleged accusations, because you know you got to put alleged in front of, or alleged in front of loads of scenarios these days because everybody's mad. So they made, Kaya and T.S. Madison made some accusations. Well, they didn't make it. Somebody sent in some accusations, and they brought to the forefront these accusations of Chris Brown and Kevin McCall may be sleeping together. To that I say, I wouldn't be surprised in the least. That wouldn't shock me even a little bit to find out that Chris Brown and Kevin McCall was sleeping together. Chris Brown, now I know Kaya lives for Chris Brown, and there's probably somebody out there, one of you that's watching, that lives for him too. Chris Brown does give frustrated bottom tease. He does. He gives off the tease of someone who is frustrated with their bottomness. Maybe he's frustrated because he can't eat because he has to bottom. Or maybe he's frustrated because he does eat and he can't bottom. But he does give off a vibe of just an annoyed, drug-addicted bottom. He looks like he does poppers and all of that. So as far as Kevin McCall, I have not paid enough attention to Kevin McCall to really know what's going on, but I would not put it past him. Moving along, because I've spent way too much time on all of that. Who shot Kevin McCall in the foot, and what is going on? Speaking of, and I saw a tweet where he threatened and said Chris Brown and his baby might not make it to, the next day if something. What is going on? Somebody go get Kevin. Of all the people Eva Marcel could have had a baby with, of Lance Gross and Kevin McCall, just of the two of them, why wouldn't Lance and Eva have created a child? I think Lance Gross is also crazy, but I think he's less crazy. I think Eva Marcel is also crazy, but I think she's less crazy than Kevin McCall. Moving along. They brought Ra Ali up on sneak attack charges. I'm not paying much attention to this Ra Ali Sky fight because I don't know who either of those girls are. I assume they're reality television girls, but honest to God, I think Sky is on Black Ink Crew, maybe, but I don't know. I do not know. Somebody said that Sierra and Russell Wilson are backsliding because Russell Wilson took a partially nude photograph of Sierra and posted it. They presented us with the photograph. There was a picture of her, with a little piece of shirt going across, a little something covering the breasticles. I don't see that necessarily. Okay, so if you would have went, then I could have went, but now I gotta wait, and this car is up on my butt. As far as backsliding, I don't think we're gonna call it backsliding because they are married. They are married. What I disagree with is why, because if I ever get married, my husband is just not going to be able to post photographs that are supposed to be for him. You know what I mean? Like, if he takes a sexy photograph of me or whatever, that's not for the gram. So I feel like I should not have been involved in their marital bed. If you watch this channel, I say all the time, I do not need to be involved in anybody's marital bed. Y'all keep that in the bed, in the maritals. But I don't have to be a part of that. So that's what I disagree with. But I don't think they backslide. The Saints are trying to be too political about that, if it's the Saints that even said anything. Laura Gavon apparently is a whore, and she's allegedly pregnant, and she's under watch. And we just all kind of don't see what's going on with that. Future and Young Thug, they brought up Future and Young Thug as far as they may be in a relationship. I don't think Future is gay. I don't. And y'all know I'm real quick to call a girl a girl. You know I am. I don't think, and honestly, I don't think Young Thug is gay. I think Young Thug wants a lot of attention, but I don't think either of those young men are homosexual. But that's not my business. I don't need to be in those girls' marital bed. And then they brought up Young Thug on, child endangerment as well. So apparently Young Thug posted a picture of his son saying that the little boy wanted to be a princess because he hates niggas and hates being touched. First of all, we need to find out why a child that small hates being touched, because there's not too many children that little that hate being touched. So we need to get into that. Second of all, where did being a princess come in the statement? I was unable to catch those particular T's. He's a princess because he hates niggas and he hates being touched. Wouldn't you call your son a princess if he enjoyed niggas? Just I'm trying to put myself in a black male mentality, because black men, a lot of the times they just like, I cannot have a gay son, yada yada. And that brings me to Young Thug Niece. You wore a full dress, a gown, a petticoat on your last album, the cover. So I'm trying to understand, like, were you saying that? I don't get was he saying it out of upset? Was he angry and calling his son a princess, or was he saying, well, I'm a queen, so my son is a princess? I don't understand. I don't understand. And then T.S. Madison kept repeating, and this is a sentiment that I share with her. Did the boy call himself a princess? Did the baby call themselves a princess? Or is this what is going on? Did he say, that he felt like a woman, and so he wanted to be a princess? Or what exactly is going on with that? Because when I was a little girl, when I was about that baby's age, I was running around in shorts and panties only, calling myself Tarzan. I hung a jump rope to my top bunk, and I was swinging from the vines, and I called myself Tarzan. So I mean, it's not, and I'm not a man on the inside. So it's just, did the baby say he was? The whole little situation was confusing to me. I didn't get it, but that's, again, just, it's simply not my business. So, and my head hurts already, and I can't try to focus on gender roles and gender issues and these kind of things right now. Not right now. We're going to have conversations about it on this channel. Surely we are, because I'm passionate about making sure everybody understands everything about these type of situations. But as far as this, I'm not going to think too hard about it, because I'm in pain. I'm in a lot of pain. And actually, I got off work 5 hours early today because I'm hurting. And actually, I wasn't supposed to be at work, but my coworker's sick, so I was covering for her today. And I did 4 hours, and that was the best that I could do. So anyway, yeah, that was the Queen's Court report. Again, they didn't give me the fever that I thought they were going to give me. But it was still a good, I was watching before all of this stuff went on, so I wasn't watching for that. But anyway, I'm going to go watch Lady Nika's, I saw she posted her video about it. I'm going to watch her. I'm sure Jamaica Nicole posted about it. She just got back. She's been missing. I was looking for her. Who else? It's just a bunch of people. I'm finna just go watch all the black people talk about the Queen's Court. And I'll see y'all. Peace.